absolute difference in sliding submatrix, where we have given you are given an n cross an integer matrix grid and integer k, and we need to find for every contiguous k cross a submatrix of grid, compute the minimum absolute difference between any two distinct values within that submatrix, and we need to return the answer of size m minus k plus 1 cross n minus k plus 1, where for every answer I comma j is the where I comma j is the minimum absolute difference in the submatrix whose top left corner is I comma j in the grid. So, and if our all values in the submatrix are is 0, then we can return our answer as 0. So what do we need to find? We look into the example. So our first example is we have given the matrix. Give me a minute. So we have given the matrix 1, 8, 3 and minus 2. These are matrix and our k value is 2. So we need to return all the 2 cross 2 submatrix. And it is written in the question that we need to find the answer matrix of size m minus k plus 1 cross n minus k plus 1. And if m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So we will find with our example. So 2 is the number of rows m minus k2 plus 1 and 2 minus 2 plus 1. So it is 1 cross 1 answer matrix we need to find. So we need, so our in our question our matrix is 1, 8, 3 and minus 2. So if we will start from 1, so 1, if we need to go through all the I comma j. 1, we will go to 1, 8, 3 and minus 2. And we need to uh, we need we will try to find all the 2 cross 2 submatrix whose top left corner will be that I comma j. So we will go through this one. So there is 1 and we need to find the 2 cross 2. So we need one more element here, 3 and minus 2. Here the topmost element is this 1. So 1, 8, 3 and minus 2. This is our 2 cross 2 submatrix with the top left corner as I comma j, and here our top left corner is 0 comma 0. So if we will try, if there are 4 elements 1, 8, 3 and minus 2. If we will try to find the minimum absolute difference between any two element, then it will come as 3 minus 1, 2. If you will see, 2 is the minimum uh, difference between any element. If you will try to find with other element like 8 minus 1, minus 2 minus 8, minus 2 minus 3, it will be more than 2. So 2 is the like, minimum possible distinct, like minimum possible difference between two distinct elements. So our answer is 2. Now we have done with this 0 comma 0. Now we will go with 8. 0 comma 1 element is 8, so we will go with this 8. So in 8 we will try to find the 2 cross 2 matrix. Like after 8, this will be a top left element. So if we will try to get one more element here too, like we can get element, but here we don't have element, so we'll not be able to find with this element. Since same as for this we will not be able to find 2 cross 2 matrix, and same for this. And our answer matrix will also be of 1 cross 1. So we'll, so 1 cross 1 means from 0 comma 0 has the top left element, we got the answer as 2. So our answer is 2. Now we will look into the second example. Second example matrix is 3 minus 1. Okay, 3 and minus 1, and k value is 2. K value is 1. So we need to find the 1 cross 1 submatrix. So if we will make this as our top left element. So 3 is our top left element. Then we need to find only 1 cross 1, means 1 row and 1 column. So 3 is the 1 row and 1 column. So we don't need more element here. So, and since this submatrix only have one element, so it is written in the solution that if it will be having only one element, then same elements, all the elements are same, then we can assume this answer to be zero. Then if we will try with this 0 comma 1 element, that is -1. This is also the 1 cross 1 matrix, and for this this is also only one element, so no other element is there, so no distinct other element is there in this submatrix. So for this also answer will be 0. So we will get 0 comma 0 as an answer. So if we will look into the solution, what I have done in the solution is n is the number of rows and m is the number of columns. And one more thing in this question, like we have given the constraint. Constraint is like very important for we have given the constraint like m value can range from 1 to 30 and n value can range from 1 to 30. 1 to 30 means 1 to 30 means like 30 is there. So like uh, we can easily make our solution till n to the power 4 or n to the power 5. क्योंकि जो n to the power 4 or 5 will basically less than 10 to the power 8. If we will try to find the 30 की power 4 or 30 की power 5, it will definitely less than 10 to the power 8. So we can easily go with the brute force approach here. So it makes our problem more easy if they will if they will ask to find like the optimized solution, then it can be the hard problem also. Maybe there is other problem in this lead code where they change the constraint. They are generally doing with so many problems. So let's move to the solution. So n is the number of rows, m is the number of columns, and it is written that we need to return the vector of size n minus k plus 1 and m minus k plus 1, where n is the number of rows and m is the number of columns. So what we will do, we will try to try with the all possible I comma j. So I will start from 0 and till n minus k plus 1, because it is written in the problem only that we need to find the submatrix of answer with the size m minus k plus 1 and n minus k plus 1. So I will obviously will start from 0 till n minus k. So we will range it from I is equals to 0 to I less than n minus k plus 1, and j will start from 0 to m minus k plus 1. So we will use the set here because we have used set here because set will store the distinct element, and if we are using set like not unordered set will store the element in any order, but this will automatically sort the elements. So inside this with these two loops we are trying to take all the I comma j as a top left elements. So uh, with this we are taking all the I comma j as the top left element. So we will so basically if we will try to get the first answer, so I is equals to 0 and j is equals to 0, like 0 comma 0 as a top left element. So inside this what we will do, we will try to form our 2 cross 2 matrix making that 0 comma 0 as a top left element. So start from I to I plus k, and the column start from j to j plus k, and we will insert all our element in the set. Now we will declare this int to get our answer like distinct value difference store करने के लिए. Then we have our vector here. This vector I have used here to get the difference. Like I store this vector values in this set value in the vector, And then what I did, because it is already sort, so there is, because I use set, so there is no need to sort the element. It is already sorted in the vector. Then what I did, I from start from k is equals to 1 to res dot size. We will try to see the difference between adjacent element in the vector, and minimum of that we will find. But there is one thing here, like we need to, this condition is important. Like if our set st dot size, like there is only one distinct value in the set, then we can make our answer as 0. And if there is more than one value in the set, then our value which we find from this solution can be the answer. And yes, in the last we will simply return the answer. So if we will see the time complexity here, so the time complexity here is we used this two loop 3 and 4. So time complexity will be n to the power 4. And if you have observed here, I have used set. But there is one more solution. If we will not use set, then we can use the vector directly. And what we need to do, we will directly push our element in the vector, and then we will directly push our element in the vector, and then we need to sort the vector. But here, if I have used